Alright, hello everyone, how's it going? Yeah, no, I wasn't supposed to be here. I probably shouldn't have. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, no. It was only strep throat. And, like, another infection on top of that, I think. If I understood what they said right. Yeah, I should be, but I'm here. I was thinking about this game all week. You guys don't understand. I do not have a brain of a walnut. What does that mean? Oh my god. Okay. I was gonna be okay. I was going to record today. However, I was like, guys, there's so much thunder outside, and I changed my noise filter to see if it will stop like cutting me out when I get really high pitch. And I'm so excited that I'm actually back so I can, do what I do. But I don't think it's cutting me out anymore that I do that. So, but that means thunder outside can be heard though. Means that you are not null. No one makes you not be null, so you be null. This is some Dr. Seuss shit, or I'm an idiot. We're gonna go with the second one. Don't agree with me! No! Okay, that being said, let me grab me real quick. We're gonna make me tiny. There we go. Because we can't hide the text here. Yeah, I'm not breaking up. I fixed it! And that also means you can hear me, like, fidget with my hands and my overly loud keyboard. But it's fine. It's fine. Can't it be both? It's probably both. It really is. Alright, so that being said, I am going to start up my recording since I did turn off all the viewer rewards. I know, how dare I whenever I go to record, but I do want to like post visual novels and stuff on YouTube, so I'll be doing more of this. That's for sure. No. Wait, do you guys not hear this? Oh! No. What I click? Guys? Did I accidentally hit new game? Oh my god. I accidentally hit new game. Oh, huh? 1.5. Let's see, and that's her. Is this it? Okay. I did it. We're safe. I almost panicked. I was like, no. Okay. So, now that I'm done panicking, let me go, back to the title screen. Just breathe. No. Alright, that being said, I gotta do a countdown because you guys can't interrupt me. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Noel, and today we are going to be continuing Of the Devil, a visual novel that I started and then got sick and was so heartbroken that I couldn't play. So now it looks like we're going to start on chapter 1 and immediately Unlucky. Hi Unlucky, how are you? You showed up just as we were starting. And chat's already been heckling me because I almost hit new game and I was panicking. Huh? Jump scares are off. We don't allow jump scares when I'm recording. I don't care if this is up here. Any other game, sure. When I'm recording, they're off. Unless, yeah, no, they're off. Alright guys, let's go ahead and get started with episode 1. What do you mean you have ways? You don't have ways, you can't do anything. You can choose to play episode 1 in a high roller mode. In high roller mode, you're limited to 1 save slot and you won't be able to reload your saves while inside the courtroom. I'm not gonna play in high roller mode, even though I was really excited about it last time, only because I've forgotten a lot, and I don't know if previous cases or, like, articles or anything have anything to do with this. And quick saving autosaves will be disabled, so remember to save regularly. Oh boy. Minimum ante for hands will be increased, and the minimum and maximum penalties for answering incorrectly during trial gameplay will be increased. But the maximum ante will be increased as well, allowing you to earn the largest possible high score per credit in this episode. Completing the episode in high roll mode will also unlock an exclusive phone charm that can't be earned in any other way. But I want the phone charm! You can turn high roller mode off at any time in settings, but in order to turn it back on, you would have to restart this episode. I want the phone charm. Oh no. Oh no! I'm gonna pass. I'm not gonna do it. This episode contains time-sensitive choices. You can double their duration or disable them entirely in the settings menu. Oh no. This episode contains testimony segments. Objectionable words or clauses will become red when you prepare to call on them. This additional hinting can be disabled in the settings menu. You can adjust either of these features at any point without affecting your high roller status. A high roller mode is intended to encourage risk-taking and discourage save scumming. Consider enabling it if you want to pursue this mystery like a true gambler. Hold on, I've just been called scum. Hold on here. Do I dare? Bruce ribs are having fun planning a traveler campaign for my... Why are your ribs bruised, Unlucky? I got so distracted from thinking on if I need high roller mode or not. Well, I hope your ribs feel better. Okay, no. Am I quick enough or time sensitive? Play like a real gambler. I got called save scum. I don't like being called scum. Welcome to the high roller tables. Enjoy the thrill. Disable tutorials. You can turn them back on in settings. Enable tutorials. Hi, Don. Listen, I want to thank you for coming over. Wanted to thank you for coming over? Figures you'd notice. Anyone could tell something's bothering you. You're the first person to say anything. What happened? The police came to see me. In public? No, they wanted to be considerate of my privacy. That's a first. They wanted to talk to me about the other week. About my whereabouts. And yours. I told them I didn't know anything. They must have loved that. Funny. What would you have done? In your shoes? Probably cursed them out. Yeah. I could see that. Is there anything you want to ask me? No. Not even for a favor in return. No favors lost between friends, I say. That sounds like a toast. Haha, why not? To friends. I'll raise a glass to that. Red, white. Ominous red, white. Glass him. Vandalism detected. Incident logged. Recorded at 8:55 a.m. local time. Geopositional data encoded. If I could have all citizens in the area... the beat button! Fuck off, copper! Visuals impaired. Facial recognition compromised. Pinging nearby opt-ins for corroborating evidence. Hey! He's lighting up every phone on the block. We need to go now, or what? He'll use his outdoor voice. Or he'll have us pinned down to our dental records before he can say we're Morning, Officer Leo. You look different today. It's our girl Morgan. She's back. The bruise on my ribs went to... Oh, I'm sorry that happened, Dead Lucky. Hi, Don. Kitty wheels are best when playing the game for the first time? No, we have no kitty wheels on. It was the maid? It was not the maid. I've not seen a single maid here yet, but we'll remember that. We'll remember that one, Hero. There's a maid. I'll let you know that you called it. You do something new with your uniform? Good morning to you, Morgan, citizen. To answer your question, no, I have not undergone any recent retrofitting. If you'd like a more detailed record of my maintenance history, you can make a request for... I've got it! Must be the new coat of paint. You're referring to the act of vandalization that just took place. Only the most recent one. Super Cop over here has a new dent every time I see him. Stars honorably earned in the line of duty, scanning the street for jaywalkers and loiterers. Don't worry, ma'am. A report has been filed and the police are working to resolve the situation. He's just a guy! Yes, Android. Yeah, Android would make sense. I like his face paint, but I feel like that's from somebody hitting him, so now I feel bad. Morgan's such a bitch. I love her. Dude, I love her too. She's great. Civil disobedience at this time of day? What's the world coming to? They're just stragglers, ma'am. There was a period of unrest in the area last night. Unlicensed protesting and demonstrating without a permit. Well, I hope you threw the book at them. The disturbance was handled, but individual instances of volatility may occur during the next 48 hours as we work to apprehend outside actors. Thanks for the forecast. It's tomato sauce. It's very pink tomato sauce. So, does the bleeding stop on its own? Androids don't have blood, ma'am. This is just a leakage of oxidizing fluid. My mistake. So you don't need a bandage, I take it. The leakage will dry shortly. With that conversation thoroughly exhausted, I let my mind wander as I wait for the signal to cross. I unfocus my eyes and dull my hearing, sinking beneath the hum of the city street, and fading through the lives bustling around me like so much sea foam. Across the way, a large man with worn hands and an ill-fitting belt turns to a gorilla-like hulk of a machine and cuffs his hands in front of his mouth. Yo, 61! The machine halts, lifting with uncanny precision, and turns to him. We're going on break! The robot tilts its head to the side. You can't work the piler without Schwinn up on the roof, so... I don't know. Take the load off, will ya? Understood. Came the over-enunciated reply. The man already walking away tosses a dismissive wave behind him. Yeah, understood. A moment after the man turns the corner, the robot attempts to mimic the hand wave to no one in particular. Aww. I don't know who this robot is, but number 61 is now, like, one of my favorite, like, side characters. I love him. I love him. Goddamn coppers on every street corner! At a bus stop, or what used to be a bus stop, now a charging station, a passionate young man voices his democratic opinion loud enough for the whole street to hear. They declare martial law when I wasn't looking? A small woman beside him, trying hard to appear even smaller, shifts in her seat. Well, they're just doing the job, so... Bots don't have jobs, except the ones they stole from us. Notice how they don't patrol nearly so heavy in Uptown, even on the worst days? His audience, captive by virtue of sharing the same charging pole as him, shuffles, coughs, and stares even harder at their phones. The woman looks at her knees and pulls out her shirt. You're kind of embarrassing me right now. He makes a vague gesture with his hand to indicate he stepped off his soapbox, and the shoulders of everyone around him relax a centimeter. Now that's just... A woman, with exhaustion in her eyes, sights a hologram floating above her. Chrome-plated palm. Let's look at that one, because I feel like, that's under mods. Okay. Okay, so that's just body modding then. Copper. Oh, clinker. Let's see. Morgan, updated. Okay, so it did keep the criminal defense attorney. Got it. She's surprisingly good at baking, everyone. Body count. You cannot ask someone. I love her. Okay, I wanted to make sure that the chrome-plated thing was just body modding. I wanted to be on the same page as it. And for those just coming in, we are on high roller mode, so I have 0 chance for fuck-ups. And personally, I'm here for it. While a rounded, smooth-looking android pushes a carriage behind her. Ellen, walk around the block. Get us some air, would you? Apparently, this call can't wait and it's louder than a garbage disposal out here. Of course, ma'am. I'd be glad to. The android punctuates its sentence with a sound halfway between a whir and a purr, which, judging by the coos and giggles coming from the child, seems to have been well received. Robots, holograms, androids, drone coppers, if you prefer. Can't so much as sneeze in the city without a dozen different ads offering you a handkerchief, which ads are gonna be automated dependent, which are like assistants. Okay. There's a vocal minority that think they're the downfall of civilization, but for everyone else... You're too kind, ma'am. Thank you for your concern. It's hard to hate them when they're so eager to please. Crosswalk's given me the okay. Keep us safe, yeah? Have a good day, Morgan, citizen. It's a bright, crisp morning in the city. Lights changing and people moving in click-clacking harmony. All smooth as clockwork. Were I in a worse mood, it would be all a bit much. But I went out last night. So I'm feeling pretty refreshed this morning. Well, come bring that seed back here. I'm sorry. Was that another news article? Where is that? Bring that back. Bring it back. Hero, you weren't here. This is Morgan, the criminal defense attorney. Criminal, defense attorney. She is a serial killer. Nope, can't bring it back. Oh, damn. You literally cannot ask her body count. This is literal on how many she's dropped. We love her, Hero. I can't bring it back? Damn. As I reach the other end of the street, I pivot lightly and give Automated Dependent Assistant Officer L30 my best impression of a salute. Thank you for your service! And of course, he creaks out a mirrored response. No sense of sarcasm, the poor bastards. But I didn't come all this way downtown to poke fun at the only happily employed class in human history. No, I came down here to make an important purchase. Today, I'm going to buy a gun. I can respect this. Now unless you reload, I'm not reloading. I'm on high roller mode. Okay, hold on. I guess episode 0's like plot thing off the title. If this has a title to it, I'm gonna make a prediction, and we're gonna see if I'm right again. Okay? Hold on, guys. And I don't mind. Okay, what do we know about this? Hold on. We have to think here, because if the first one was "and he shall appear," and there was an issue with the cameras, and I don't mind, androids have been mentioned a lot already, just like how cameras were mentioned a lot in the first one. So I'm gonna assume that either, like, an android that was supposed to be off caught something. No. It's gotta be like an android or a clinker. It's gotta be a clinker involved here. That's for sure, because that's been like a really big thing so far. I don't know. We can think on this one for a second. I'm gonna say a clinker caught something they shouldn't have. No, that's too broad. That happened in the first one with somebody's phone catching a glimpse of Morgan killing the girl. No. Coming in, knowing and loving this game's predictions are feeding me? Hold on. Don't give me any hints here. Don't give me any hints. I'm gonna go with a clinker that should have been disabled did something. That's gonna be my prediction. Somebody did not use proper protocol. Hello, Peak Game. That's actually gotta experience a peak writing yourself. I really do. Okay, I'm locking in my choice. Somebody or something was caught by a clinker that should have been turned off. Or, like, not there. Billions must play up the double. Of course! Why do you think I'm back? Keep telling you it was Nanny Cam Clinker? Ooh. No. But this might have something to do with the two rich people at the beginning of this Conchitin, so I don't think it's gonna be a Nanny Cam. I really don't. I'm gonna think it's, like, something that should have been turned off. Alright. Retail. No staff around? But all the lights are on. Should I have knocked? Oh, there's an emergency outside. It is storming out, so if we hear any, like, emergency vehicles, I'm by a fire department. Things just kind of happen. I don't know if it picks that up. We'll find out. Oh! This isn't owned by a person. That's nice. I am proud of Morgan, though, now that she doesn't have her little revolver, that she's getting, like, a proper gun that's gonna trace her. I hope this is gonna, like, be a really cool plot point. You heard the sirens? The sirens are left. I'm sorry. Stop. Desk personality setting 6. The cool one. Let me know if I can help you with anything. I've probably forgotten more about firearms than you're programmed to remember. I bet you can. I recently acquired a license to carry concealed. Nice. Are you in law enforcement? Do you shoot for sport? Business or pleasure? Neither. You're gonna fuck with the AI, Morgan? What? Oh, hold on, guys. Hold on. My puppy dog came over to me. Do you want me to open the door? Hi, Sheeta. Do you want me to open the door? Can you come tell me? Can you come tell me? Here, come tell me about it. Okay, you want me to open the door? Okay. Oh, God. You clenched my entire arm. My entire arm. Oh, God. There you go. The door's open now. Ew. Okay, everyone. Sorry about that. I have to keep my door shut because my cats will like mess with my cables. And I just got my arm slammed by my dog who likes to come in and out. So if anytime I have to like randomly open the door, she'll come over, she'll poke me in the side and be like, hey, I want to open the door. Yeah, no, my entire arm is now slimy. And that's when I forget that I have tongue rigging, and now I remember I will not be doing that again. My bad, everyone. This is why I mentioned I did not pay for that. It just kind of, came with a bundle that was cheaper. So I guess I did pay for it. Ah. We're gonna pretend I didn't. May I ask why you're looking to carry concealed, ma'am? Oh, you know. Assault with a deadly weapon, cruel intent. That kind of thing. Some of my clients live in very rough neighborhoods. Even in broad daylight, coming down to the lower wards for house visits can be... I see. You're a lawyer. So I guess you'd say I'm in the market for self-defense. We have a wide selection of options for self-defense in a variety of sizes and calibers, with a spread and PA fire options available. Your eyes, they burn? Why do they burn? My bad. PA stands for pseudo-automatic. I know. But for concealed, it'd have to at least be small enough to... This would be a lot faster if I just tell the desk what I want. Okay, hold on, guys. First option, I get one save file here, right? So, I don't know if time has to do anything, but she mentioned wanting to move this along, but maybe being patient would reveal, like, other information that I could use later on. Because if Morgan said she's forgotten a lot about guns, this could lead to more, like, terms. So I think I'm gonna hit be patient and see if there's any other information that I can get, even though if something is, like, timed later on, I have no idea. This could lead to a couple more doors being open. But walking in here and asking for a very specific model is gun nut behavior. I'm not trying to stand out. Or that would make sense. Some of the ones I test fired at the range left my shoulder sore for days. Do you have anything more discreet? Right, no problem. Electromagnetic pulse models feature minimal kitback with the highest accuracy. One targeted pulse of electricity can disable attackers at medium to short range, non-lethally and quietly. Sure, they're plenty quiet, but they also have piss poor range, and even sustained fire won't do shit to any modder with installation less than a few years old. Glorified tasers, barely suitable as party favors for anxiety-stricken college kids. Well, hopefully not too quiet. I'd want someone to come running to my rescue. Of course! Would you like to take a look at our mag rails? Bullseye. We're proud to offer a number of models that utilize the latest and miniaturized ultra-capacity batteries to generate a Lorentz force which slings a slug fast enough to miss a limb at over 30 meters. Miss just means to, like, shotgun, right? We're just gonna... This is like a mini shotgun, like a hand shotgun. To shoot, to kill, or originate from bloody spray. Yep, this is just mini hand shotgun. Okay, I understood that one. And it's safe? Of course, ma'am. My bad. 2-factor safeties with GPS and emergency services sync. It won't go off unless you want it to, and someone will definitely come running. All those convenient safety features make it incredibly easy for the police, or anyone who can dupe their toolset, to lock you out of your own gun with the flip of a switch. You couldn't walk a piece like that down a single uptown street without passing through 9 or 10 no-fire zones. They're the very worst, most useless kind of weapon a criminal could buy. Sounds perfect! How do we get started? Interesting. Why does it feel like every desk I run into has to be such a character? Forcefully, it's tucked itself away while the fabricators get the gun tagged. I've got time to kill, so is there anything worth checking out around the shop? Oh, I have an advanced button. Interesting now. Okay. So this is, unlike in the previous episode where there wasn't an advanced button, I had to click through everything. Now I can just choose to skip. Interesting. So we're just gonna go right to left then. Let's examine this. Let me take a sip of a drink. This is a lot of reading, and I just got back from having, like, strep throat. Okay. Hate these kinds of screens. Gotta look at them with your nose turned up or else they start eye tracking. Next thing you know, they're saying hello on a first name basis. But I've got practice with this sort of thing. I can skim the headlines at least. Why the 12/6 work week gives us more free time than ever. I'm 14 and I tried dating a smart UI. It made me the happiest I've ever been. Oh god, it's realistic. No! How term limits are anti-democracy. I don't talk politics. Woof. Transfusion from Warm Android saves soldier's life. Okay, the Warm Androids were mentioned in the previous one. That was their newest model they were trying to push. That's one hell of a headline. The Animate 16 wasn't selling well before. I'm sure by now it's... Give me the... Okay. That's the one that they were pushing in the last episode. Saying that, like, it's gonna be the next big thing. The Animate 16 is the latest Android produced by Noble Electronics, and we think it's the greatest machine the world has ever seen. They were questioning it last time. So the headlines have now flipped to be in favor of this. Boasting a battery life of over 154 hours with patented soft touch digitation, remarkable tenderness and sensitivity, and the uncanny charm you come to expect from us, we're sure that your Animate 16 will be the best purchase you make this year and you'll never want to go back out in the cold. Not interested in sponsored results? Okay, no, okay. So they're in favor of it now. That's interesting. Yeesh, would it kill you to clean up a little? Yes, the desk kindly asking customers not to litter can only get you so far if you're not willing to pay someone to sweep up. Wait, is this trash? This flyer, it's scannable? Stagnancy theory, really? They get a lot of self-proclaimed philosophers in here. A stagnant world, modern man's plateau. Renowned net philosopher Corbin Cawthorne, real name withheld, offers to take you on a deep dive into the global trends and sociological patterns that have driven our planet to the halting point in his groundbreaking and controversial seminar. Moore's Law used to be the benchmark, now it feels like a pipe dream. We used to dream of humanity marching bravely into space, of artisans crafting virtual wonders that made the confines of our own reality seem limited. Instead, our brightest minds spend all their time and effort kicking the can of climate crisis down the road, while their more fortunate peers spend their most productive working years in search engine optimization and customer experience design. The middle class, eaten alive by the rich they prop up, can no longer afford the very products they help create. Without mass consumer demand, no tech longer has evolutionary pressures to be as small and powerful as possible. In stagnant waters, only parasites and disease grow aplenty. The only cure comes from you taking action. Yo, this is hitting so close to home. Like, it really does. I can respect it, though. There's another link at the bottom, probably leading to a collection dish. Or a state honeypot if you want to be paranoid. They'd better burn this shit before some neat free idiot picks it up and gets arrested. Okay, well, let's scan everything carefully so we don't miss a single HP. Those coins are picking up for those just stopping in are, basically my HP pool when we get into, like, a courtroom. There's some kind of news program playing on the screen. Most public places are too scared to put on any channel with content more political than the Smiling Micro apartment flippers. But this is a gun store after all. Power is always political. Someone left a data pad out here. What's in the news today? Lobo threatens Tetra with ransomware vulgarity. The internationally wanted terrorist and serial data thief, most commonly known as Lobo, has seized the cache of vital Keystone data files belonging to the Tetra Metallics Group, according to a press release from the mining conglomerate. In a blitz of cross-posts on 90 different socials translated into all 11 dominant languages, the supposed hacktivist, radical conservationist, and gentleman thief made clear their intent to ransom said files back to their lawful owners at severe cost. This game is fiction is getting treaded very tightly. Yeah. Guys, remember, the title screen says this game is a work of fiction. This is fiction, everyone. Though the posts were quickly flagged and quarantined thanks to user reports, Lobo's latest manifesto, which we have declined to publish on here on grounds of journalistic integrity and due to the strong language contained within, has remained in circulation thanks to a loose network of road data harborers. In addition to a sizable monetary ransom, Lobo put out a list of demands that spanned pages. Most prominent among them was a call for de-escalation of all conflicts surrounding rare earth metal deposits around the equator. Sources at Tetra refused to confirm or deny reports that Lobo's captured data impacted only their billing services, but insisted that the corporation could not, in good faith, resume distribution until the ransom situation was resolved. Market prices for rare earth materials surged following the hacking attack, as supply halted and demand rose, stoked by memories of catastrophic supply chain disruption in the mid-21st century. A spokesperson for Mining is Progress, a lobbying group that represents the rare earth metal industry called Lobos, repeated attacks, acts of terror against the free market. Oh god. Oh god, it's all the chips and everything being so expensive now. Yeah. Remember, Yeah, don't worry, guys. This is a work of fiction. Lobo again, or someone using their name? Suppose it doesn't matter if they're the original or not, so long as they're a genuine threat. And no one could snare a corporation as rich as Tetra without serious skills. It does seem consistent with Lobo's politics, making demands for. Hold on, well, let's take a look at this, Lobo. Try to process your request, but Lobo beat our ass till we ragdolled. I wonder, yeah. You're welcome. For clearing out this cache of soy slop, it could clog your brain's arteries any further to whatever dumbass dishwater script kitty they yelled at to come fix this. A word of advice from your superior. I own the password that password suggestion algorithm. Want to re-secure? Try this. Relax your shoulders, stand up from your desk, take a deep breath, and then firebomb your own servers. Literally. Cheaper for you at this point. For the rest of you slack-jawed scream lobotomites, yo! Looking for a little excitement in their search history. Find a pig and rip their throat out. That'll teach you how to run with the wolf. Lobo is king. What the fuck, man? Fucking Screeno lobotomites. I love this man. I don't know who he is. Lobo demands ransom. What was the question again? Y'all, what was the question again? Lobo, the wolf that terrorized the British lands. I think that's what they're getting at. What was the question? If we're talking politics, what does Lobo want? Well, clearly money, because that was the biggest thing. But also, it says politics, making demands. Test of your reading comprehension? Lobo is king? Agreed. At least we're all on board with that one. No, I have reading comprehension. It's the thing that he was doing both. Something about de-escalation. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the de-escalation because it specifically says politics up here. So, yep. It's not the first time Lobos voiced their displeasure with the decades-old simmer of conflict around the tropics. But unless the rare earth metals powering all our batteries and fueling all our pretty little androids are suddenly made a lot less rare overnight, I doubt the state will stop taking an interest in those regions' politics anytime soon. Wait, how long has it been? It shouldn't take them that long to get my gun properly bugged. I'm sorry, we've received a breaking news story. We're seeking confirmation and, yes, we have it confirmed. Lead programmer at Noble Electronics and famed designer of Turning Solution, Dr. David Asher, has passed. What? Proprietary Vantage automated dependent management system along with the Animate series of androids. Must be some kind of corporate propaganda tactic or... No, they wouldn't risk fake news? But why? Perhaps best known for his breakthroughs in the field of machine learning and language. Misinformation, maybe? Trying to... Authored many developments that allowed for Noble's rapid growth and market dominance. David Asher's dead? Including the popular desk series of smart UIs. That's... very sad. I didn't ask. Sorry, I just... Commands only. Understood. Will you be paying with cash or credit? Debit. Ooh. That upset Morgan. Yeah, I do recognize the name from episode 0. Obviously it said it there. It was the guy in charge of the robots. I maybe? Hold on. It's been 2 weeks, guys. It's been 2 weeks. Give me a second. Let me think. David. Alright, hold on. I'm gonna fish for information from chat. No AI? It's a program? What? It's been 2 weeks. Hold on. I'll have to Google. AI has a very specific meaning in this. It's an ad. So, like, these, right? The ads? Yeah, I kind of feel bad for the AI, though. Or the ad. Okay. Trying to think. Because that very much, like, baffled Morgan at that, so it's something that she was interested in. "9:41 a.m., July 1st, 2086. The gun was light. Lighter than I expected. A real gun should always be heavy. Greater than the sum of its parts. That's one of the things I like about them. Their weight. Like they're anchoring the world around them. Like they're a fixed point in time. Like everything else is just relative to them, either closer or further to the end. I would have liked something heavier during that walk back to my apartment. I would have liked to have something to feel far away from. Morgan's apartment. Hi, White Wolf! Didn't realize I was home until my hand was on the door. What is this? What am I doing? What am I doing? Fumbling in my pocket for my lighter. Golden, polished, tastefully ergonomic and fine and expensive. And a good lighter. It was a good gift. I kept the card, didn't I? Is this from David? Before you go, huh? I'm pretty sure it has something to do with the AI android chick. Hold on. The android chick was being sent to Morgan by someone. And now she's remembering someone that gave it to. Gave her something expensive as a gift. Is that why she was upset? Am I putting the pieces together? You know what? Don't tell me. Never mind. We'll find out. Triple dots. Here it is. To the only smoker in my life. I know gold's a bit much for your personal style. But they don't make a lot of these anymore. Believe it or not, the only other people who share your vice are stuffy old men with not bad, crossed out, expensive taste. Hope you can manage to get some use out of it anyway. Your friend, David. Oh! It is the one with the android! Ow! Morgan! Oh! Oh! Ow! No, he had an android he's sending to her, if I remember the end of the last episode correctly. He said that Morgan is like the best person for her. Okay. That's what you guys were hinting at with the whole David thing. Okay. My hat makes it say asses. Hold on. Is that better? CMT should have been faster. Yeah. News might have more information by now. Or not. Looks like the net's full of copy-pasted statements from Noble, auto-edited montages, ill-fitting quotes, reactions to the news from every micro-celebrity under the sun. Their raw, authentic emotion brought to you live from all the car seats and bathroom mirrors of the world. There's nothing about his death, not even a time window. Did he die this morning? Was he found dead in his bed? Has he been dead for days while Noble's just been waiting for the right time to let it leak? Or did he die last night while I was out screwing around? A phone call. Better not be work-related. I'm not in the right mood. Oh, Morgan! Hey, thanks for picking up so fast. It's Jessica Starling, who asked me to call her. Hi, Jess. Listen, I need you to... I've already seen the news. What? Oh, of course you have, duh. I'm sorry, I didn't tell you sooner. I just... With the company and their people and the... What I mean is, if it were up to me, it would have been the first call I made. For a decision like that to be up to David's assistant, about 1,000 other Noble employees above her on the ladder would have to get axed, but... It's alright, Jess. No one ever really knows what to do with these kinds of things. Still, I'm sorry you had to hear it from a stream, Chiron. What difference does it make how the information gets to me? I could have stumbled upon his corpse myself and I would feel mostly the same. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to call anyway. Yeah! If I want more information, she's the best source I'm going to get. Maybe for weeks. What to ask at a time like this? I'm supposed to express denial first, but she's probably short on time. And I don't feel like following the playbook to the letter right now. Can you tell me what happened? The police, they think he took something. Suicide? And the police are already involved? They say it was some kind of poison or... God. That was got a lot of weight to bludgeon the state with, especially in this city, and I would think they'd keep the police at arm's length for at least a few days. Listen, Morgan, I need to ask something of you. Of course, Jess. Whatever you need. Whatever you need? A bit much, but she's grieving. This is just how people talk. And it's not like my day was really salvageable anyway. I'd like to bring you up here to David's place. What do you mean? There's something I have to give you. You're not handling his will already, are you? If the police are involved, it'll be a while before... No, I'm sorry, it's not like that. No, please don't hold back on my account. David asked me to get you this into your hands. It wasn't work-related. But he asked me. I know I'm asking a lot here, but since it's turned out to be the last thing he ever asked me to do, I'd like to get it done. I don't like showing up at crime scenes more often or more quickly than strictly necessary, but that's when I only have to worry about the police. With Noble looming over all this, security will be doubled and scrutiny tripled. This is too risky. There's no logical reason to agree to her request. Hi, Tyler! No, I am not stinky. Swing by my place with a cab, yeah? besides my own morbid curiosity. Right, of course. Thanks, Morgan. Thank you. Wait, I almost forgot. What is it? You don't happen to have anything you could wear in black, do you? You know what, Kashinton? No. It was not. You know what? I'll let you have that argument. 10:11 a.m., July 1st, 2086. I don't live in a swamp. Dude, I live in the south. It is humid, but it is not a swamp. In transit. The autocab hums a synthesized purr as our on-ramp merges onto Canopy Superhighway, steadily and suddenly all at once. Not much super about it, but it does cast one hell of a shadow. The canopies always felt very arts and crafts to me. Cobbled together, always added on to, never finished or planned. It's clearly taken a lot of time and effort to make. But the end result's still ugly. And it feels like it could fall apart at any moment. You okay, Morgan? You look a little car sick. I'm fine. Thanks for asking. But if I ignore her text now, she'll just send more later. Hey, Freckles! Why is her name Witch? You wish it was this one with how hot it- Yo! Don't even get me started on how hot it is. The AC in the pharmacy I work in is broken. Like, the AC doesn't work, so we have this little portable unit that we sit in a corner. And it has to, like, keep the AC, like, you know, the room below 77. Otherwise, the drugs go bad. It's terrible. And not only that, our AC unit in the pharmacy, because I work at, like, a bigger store, so, like, they have the outside, like, the store AC unit, and then, like, our pharmacy-specific unit. So, basically what happens is that the bathrooms that are next to the pharmacy don't have AC either, and those doors are heavy and shut. It's basically 80 degrees in the bathrooms. But that can't be allowed. Yo, we literally have a bucket next to a portable AC unit that, like, the hose from the bottom, as it's cooling, puts water into. And because we opened later today than normal because it's a Sunday, what happened was the bucket overflowed. So we had a mess to clean up on the floor and had to pick up this, like, 5+, I think it's not even 5+. No, it's just a 5-gallon bucket that we got. It's a 5-gallon bucket. It's wild. We have, like, 5 or 6 fans running at all points trying to keep air flowing, but the pharmacy is so long that the little, like, AC, like, portable thing that you would get for your house, like your office space or something, like, it can't push air all the way down because we have these big gates open, right? So you can see into the pharmacy. It's ridiculous. Like, it's so hot. It's so bad. And our uniforms are black. I'm hot at work. You would die? I would die. It was 70 at the highest, 75 in there today. And we're walking around. We have computers on. The fans don't help. They're just pushing around warm air. While Dave, aka our little, like, AC thing in the corner, is just not wanting to work well. So, yeah. I'm just saying, it's wild. Dave is doing his best. I wish he was. It's not it's really not. Every 8 weeks it feels like scorching desert rolls a monsoon storm this week. Yo, it's so bad. So I'm from North Carolina, if that tells you guys anything. I won't tell you which part, but I'm from North Carolina. When I say it is humid and hot, it is all day, every day, and it is ridiculous. Alright. Currently texting with Witch. Hey, Freckles. Saw your friend Asher on the news. Rip. Thank you. For trying to be sincere. I love her. Being Kelly to deal with dry heat? No. Oh, witch is awesome? Alright, I'll believe you. Anyone with like the title witch, I can get along with. I vibe with. Worth a shot! We all have our strengths. But damn, you are one passive-aggressive little girl. Why is all your filial... Where's your filial piety go out the window whenever you talk to me? Filial piety doesn't work on you. Am I saying that right? Or maybe. Would rather dry heat than humidity? Yeah, at least you wouldn't have like fruit flies or gnats like outside stuck to you when you like walk in. It's so terrible. Oh, and get this. The doors at the like building Payot. I wanna say Payot. Piety. Okay, no, it's not about the first word. Piety. Hi. Pie isn't a dessert. Piety. Is that better? Piety. No? Piety? Give me pie? I don't have pie. Go translate? You're fucking right. We're Google.
Filial piety.
Filial piety. I was very close. Pecan pie plate? No, that is not a normal word! Pretty sure it's a French root word. It's hard to pronounce. There's no O, but you say O. Yo, I'm trying. I'm not familiar with this word. Hold on, look, guys, we'll figure out. We'll add this to our dictionary. Hold on. Alright. Wait. It's a foundational Confucian virtue that dictates showing deep respect, obedience, and care for one's parents, elders, and ancestors. Oh, is this her grandma or her mom? Is this like her grandma or mother? Which one is this? Because if this is Grandma Morgan, I love her. Her godmother, I love her. I've not known this. Are you asking genuinely? Yes. Pretty sure she said aunt. Pretty sure it's her aunt. Oh. No! This just popped up! I'm reading the messages! Guys, I can't even pull it up right now. You hear this? That's me trying to pull it up. I can't. I'm in the messages. I can't read that yet. No! Yeah, know what? You love yourself too much to appreciate respect. True. With the train. It took me a second. I was like, what? No. I got it. I love this lady. She's great. See, Freckles, you can be very insightful. When you aren't too busy side-eyeing the whole world. I see where she gets it now. Wonder where I picked that up from. Not from me. I'm pretty sure you were born muttering insults under your breath. Yep, this face says it all right here. I love these two. The nurse has tried to make you cry and you responded by giving them self-esteem issues. Did you ever have dealings with Noble? 10 out of 10 shift in the combo. Subtle as a car crash. Subtlety doesn't work on you either. Well, it might. If you are good at it, XD! I love her. This is me asking you for advice. Okay. Hold on. Guys, you can't see. Let me move. Let me move. Oh god, hold on. It's literally just K. Let me be in this corner. I'll be in this corner. Does that work? I feel like that might work better. I guess this never sunk in. Cause you spent most of your apprenticeship asleep. But my clients were all celebs. The rich and famous. I didn't have that many dealings with the Megs that owned their likenesses. Is it really that different? Plenty! Celebs don't like people seeing their dirty side. So they pay smart people like me to clean up their messes. But Megs don't like people seeing them at all. Period. And also, Megs are a lot more lively when it comes to blinking. Gross. Hard workers with a lot of stress to vent. Why do we need to know this? Stop. Do you have any actual help to offer? Truth be told, I did have this one run-in where I got blank deep into corporate intrigue. Why? Because I got caught bleep up the bleep of Annalife's 45 post. What the fuck? What the fuck? God damn it. Hard working. Bisexual queen, honestly, she is. A lot of stress to vent. Glad to know I can always reach out to you in my time of need. I'm gonna let that slide because I know you're in mourning. Look. Corporate types are all a bunch of paranoid drug addicts. Huffing glue and playing roulette on their phones. While fantasizing about stabbing everyone else in the meeting to death. Hold on, I feel like I need to give her more of a sassy voice. So don't expect them to play nice just cause Asher was your pal. My actual advice is, get whatever you're owed. Then get out of there at fast as fuck, boy! That's a beautiful thought, Auntie. I mean it. Corporations prefer Viking funerals. What's a Viking funeral? A dignified ceremony where the bodies sit out to sea on a boat. Then, they set everything on fire and sink the ashes to the bottom of the ocean. Try not to linger, Freckles. You don't want to be stuck on board when they start knocking their arrows. Thanks. But what the hell was that about me sleeping on the job? I worked harder in one day than any of you Gen Alpha drunks did all week. It should've worked smarter, lol. And if you want to go there, you did literally fall asleep on the job. The Xmas party. I love her. Oh, what is that? What is that? Why do you have that? Why do you have that? It's not even accurate. Work parties are still work, Freckles. I only had my eyes closed. Because all you old farts had your cameras flash on. Markin, something wrong? You're sweating. Just deleting some spam. No, say it confused. Well? What? We've got a couple more minutes of crawling through the canopy's guts before we reach David's part of the city. Uptown, our better half. Gleaming opera houses and towering corporate apartments. Boutique shops with more cameras than customers. Penthouses stacked upon penthouses in a frantic climb to the top of the rat pile. All ringed in by restaurants with long wait times and small serving sizes. The joke is that uptown folks go most of the year without touching street level. Not much of a punchline there, it's basically true. By now, his whole block must be swarmed with cops themselves surrounded by media, and all encircled by onlookers. I could try and enjoy these last few moments of calm, but if the storm's coming either way, I'd rather use this time to try and find my footing. Actually, Jess, if you've got a second, I was curious about... Okay, so I did do good. Let's do that headline. I saw a headline, by the way, the one where your warm android saved that soldier's life. Oh yeah, pretty feel good, don't you think? So, folks at the company must have been in high spirits lately, I take it? That's what I thought when I first heard about it, but... I don't know, maybe our management's never happy. Because they're still just riding sales harder than ever, pushing the traditional consumer markets. I thought they'd start building a pitch for Congress the day the story dropped. A big patriotic campaign telling everyone why we need a contract for warm androids in the military. I haven't heard about them moving the staff around or anything like that. Maybe it's all above my pay grade. All corporate power and money in the world, and they're still such joyless assholes that they won't even celebrate their victories. You and David. Remind me, how many years did you and David work together? Oh. Well, I started with the company about 5 years ago. They offered me a temp contract when I was graduating. I was put in HR right in the middle of a hiring burst, so I spent 2 months in the Warrens. And then an aptitude test got me fast-tracked to mid-well management. Sorry, Warrens? Oh, that's just what we called the company Darms back then. On account of all the... well, all the people. Plus, it was underground. Didn't see the sun for that month. My skin got so dry. Is that normal in your industry? Normal for everyone I've ever worked with. Except David, of course, but I mean, he was the best. Yeah. One Tuesday morning, Dr. David Asher walked right up to my desk like I had won the lotto. Said I should come work for him, Dr. David Asher, directly. On a random Tuesday morning, like it was nothing. He didn't like to do things on Mondays. Said people were always too tired to get anything done anyway. Yeah, that's right. Oh. Gotta ask why the accent? She's ginger. I saw it and I knew what to do. Plus, I've been going through so many accents doing this. But no, simply because she's ginger. I was like, yeah, red haired, good enough. Might as well make her Scottish. I need a way to differentiate everyone. It's okay. The girl with the eye patch from episode 0 was well, she was southern, so I figured I needed a different accent. I try to differentiate all the characters whenever I go. I didn't know the vibe of that lady until like way later on, so I was like, okay. Hold on. Now that we're talking about, this is her. Reading the stock market? Okay. Victoria Masters. Okay. Wait, depends on the time of day. What the fuck? Lawyers are the rich and famous, semi-retired, likes handsome men, pretty women, and expensive liquor. Dislikes clingy people, prudish people, and flying commercial. Jewelry, 24 karat. Difficult to verify her age. Damn. Let's go Valley Girl, but I see you. Let me guess. London was British? No, I actually tried to get him to be really, rough, but I ended up making the not so criminal British just to differentiate him from London. Yeah, no, I tried to make him very, like, low and serious because he looked old. I couldn't do an old man voice. Yeah, that's right. He did say that. I should know by now, right? 3 years of arranging meetings and keeping them organized and occasionally straightening his tie. He was a good boss. He was a good guy. Yeah. When did you last speak with him? In person? Thursday. Thursday afternoon. The day before yesterday. He seemed normal. I mean, I didn't... We still don't really know anything, Jess. You're right. Thanks. Thursday's the last time I saw him. That was when he asked me to meet with you. I'm guessing you've already been to his place. Yeah, it's a real mess over there. It's that bloody? Oh god, no, not that kind of mess! I just mean with the cops stacked on the media, stacked on the lawyers. Each of them with their own network of drones and all their droning. It's very, it's very high productivity atmosphere is what I mean. When were you able to get over there? Well, I got a call from legal late last night. They weren't exactly delicate on breaking the news to me. Last night? They said they needed my help sorting through all his... Well, you know how he left things organized sometimes. He's been dead since last night and they've kept it under wraps that long? I know there are a lot of powerful people in his circles, but to stop it from leaking for over 12 hours? That seems like more than just your typical powerful people trying to control the narrative. Seems more like there's something they're actively trying to suppress. So you found out last night? Right, last night. Oh god. I'm so sorry. I should have told you as soon as I found out. Really, it's alright. Did you see anything? No, I haven't actually seen him at all. He was airlifted to the hospital ASAP and that's where he passed, so... But, well, I didn't get the impression that the cops had been there that long. Not compared to the lawyers. They and the rest of the company people seemed pretty entrenched. Noble set up camp before the police even arrived. Oh, that's suspicious. Ooh. So what time would that have been? I guess I got there around 9 p.m. Okay, so he's been dead since last night. You last saw him on Thursday. Huh. Yeah, because at 9:15 they switched my phone to silo mode and I got locked out of silo mode and I got locked out of everything but my work stuff. Sent my last blah at 9:13, see? Gonna expire. Whoever put me in these heels this morning, it's me. They can do that to your phone? Lock you out of social media? Of course not. But unless I'm on the clock, or off the clock, but on company property, then they can remote all my tech, yeah. How convenient. Okay, so, another thing they could have done to, like, stop things from, like, call-outs or anything. Did the android see? So if I got in at 9 p.m., I'd guess the rest of the company people had been there since about 8:30 p.m. I hadn't been there more than a few minutes before the mood changed. Word about the hospital declaring him dead had started to leak. I see. He died after he reached the hospital. That's unexpected. It's 2086. You might be in trouble if you get stuck in bureaucratic purgatory when you need to be in the emergency room, but other than that, if you reach the hospital alive, a good doctor can stabilize most any patient within a few moments. A Noble Electronics lead programmer would have had a very good doctor. So what in the hell happened? Is she mistaken? Was he just not officially declared dead until reaching the hospital for some reason? Or... hard to think about it, I know. Yeah. Or... hard to believe. Jess, I have to wonder, what kind of request did David make to you that it couldn't wait a few days? Right, of course. I love the fact that she just has this inhaler with her. He asked me to give you something. Something? Is she trying to build suspense? Right, it's just, well, I don't know exactly what it is. You have no idea. He asked me to give you the contents of his safe. Are we headed to the bank then? No, see, he has his private safe in his basement. Maybe you've seen it. Well, I say safe, but it might more accurate to call a storage locker. Or a false wall. And he told you... and all he told you was that he wanted me to have what's inside. Right! And he was very clear about that part. Your eyes only. Straight into your hands. Handle it in person, he said. Strange. This is all pretty analog for someone as technically gifted as David. Coming from anyone else, I'd call it paranoid. But David was never paranoid. Even when he had every right to be. If he wanted this handled a certain way, it must be for a good reason. So, David asked you to do this on Thursday, correct? Yeah, Thursday. So he knew. She seems like a person that needs to be fiddling with something. She really does. And he passed last night, Friday. Yeah. Wait, you don't think that that when we met, he had already decided? It's not healthy to speculate on that sort of thing. More importantly, it's not helpful. The dead don't have anything to offer the living. I should know. You're probably right. Besides, we'll need to focus. Huh? Judging by the size of the crowd I'm looking at, it looks like we're about to jump into the thick of it. 10:34 a.m., July 1st, 2086. Noble Employee Housing Building. Letitia. I probably scuffed that. Lobby. And I thought there were a lot of police here before. Maybe too late to ask, but you're not too bad with crowds, are you, Morgan? She's kidding, right? It's downright airy in here compared to what we just waded through. Wide eyes and clenched fists, heads peeking over shoulders and around signs. Police, both mechanical and warm-blooded, closing ranks with holograms and quick set wires to draw a severe perimeter. While protesters, mourners, fanatics, and busybodies shuffle about the edges of the police line, the heat of their panicked anxiety washing over. Who the hell were all those people? Well, they've always been people with strong feelings about our products. Android stepped forward into the mob, gently, firmly, unfeelingly parting the human tide. Most of them with official police branding, but a few remotely deputized consumer models emerged from the crowd to join them. All of them built by Noble. All of them built from David's code. All of them standing vigil outside his tomb. And this is all technically company property, isn't it? Yep, David had the penthouse all to himself, but every other floor's tenants are Noble employees too. Not uncommon arrangement in Uptown. Work at Noble, rent from Noble. Wave hello to your Noble neighbor in the morning and make sure to request a spot in a line at the official company crematorium. They don't actually do that last part, I think. Does Noble handle employee funerary arrangements? Yeah, it's pretty standard benefit actually. It's cheap for them compared to dental. But Noble's always been generous with benefits. Work hard and the company will have you set for life. And after. I don't know. I think now that I'm, like, hearing that, you know, people's phones and everything could be shut off when they're here, there's not gonna be, like, a lot of, like, camera footage now. Because of that. Like, if you walked in, you're with company property on company property, you can't take any pictures, so there's not gonna be, like, evidence. It's what Amazon's trying to do, isn't it? Both the state and Noble have gotten themselves entrenched here in the lobby. Security and damage control and PR and liability. Everybody just glad to be working. I'm feeling a little overstimulated. Any chance we can just skip all these checkpoints? No, absolutely not. So, do we have permission from the cops or the company? Fightercrest went through, but we should have the go-ahead from both at this point. We won't need to go near the actual, is it still called a crime scene? If it's not technically a crime. I don't want to think about how many suits Noble is paying to debate that question right at this very instance. David's vault is in the penthouse basement. We can't get to it from these ground floor elevators. We'll have to ride straight up to the rooftop veranda, walk in his front door, and then head down. If Jess says we can do all that without stumbling across where he died, then... Okay. So if we just flash my ID card at any problem that comes up, including him? Hey ladies, look, I'm sorry, but I'm afraid we're at capacity at the moment. Let anyone else buy, and we won't be able to maintain. Huh? You're that lawyer, Morgan. You caught me, detective. How long's it been? Feels like it's been ages. Oh dear, not so bitter about our last encounter, I hope. I'll live. I don't see the spunky one around. She taking a mental health day to preserve that unflappable charm? Detective Reyes is around. Why? You miss her that bad? I've had blind pimples that were more endearing. You two know each other. Jess Sterling, meet Homicide Detective Kasem London. It's a pleasure, miss. Oh, likewise. As you might have guessed, the detective and I are acquainted, comes with the line of work. Morgan's being modest, sweetheart. We're practically blood. Oh, wow. Me? Sweetheart? Something wrong, Starling? No, nothing's wrong. But as close as we are, I still can't just let her walk in off the street and onto the scene of an ongoing investigation. Even Noble's lawyers have to play by the rules today. Play by the rules, so there is a game afoot. What makes you assume I'm here in professional capacity? You're a criminal defense attorney and we're at a crime scene. Call it an old man's intuition. Good detectives don't rely on intuition, though, do they? They rely on evidence. Oh, I don't rely on it, don't worry. I just need to lean on it every now and then when my back acts up. Oh, cool. The guy gets a bit of gray in his hair and thinks it's a free pass to act like a goddamn cowboy. Well, I'm afraid your intuition is off this morning, Detective. I'm here on a private matter. The deceased wasn't your client? No, that would have been a conflict of interest. Conflict of... You two knew each other. I see. In that case, allow me to give you my condolences. Thank you. But what I could really use is a bit of your help. You sure rally fast. Jess? Right. We have this clearance here, Detective Sir, from legal, which allows us... That's alright, little lady. I trust you. You can leave the paperwork holstered for now. Little lady? We aren't here for David, really. We won't be setting foot anywhere near your staging area, Detective. Alright, why not? How generous! I can afford to be generous today, because if I screw up... He gestures to the lobby full of suits and cops. Plenty of folks at hand ready to pick up the slack. Well, if you're that at ease, perhaps I can just take this time to ask you a few questions? Hey, you can always ask, Tiger. But I think you understand what I mean when I say whether or not I can answer is not entirely up to me. I'm gonna do the looking tired one last. Because obviously he's been here since last night, so we already know that. Let's go with the controversy outside. David was one of the biggest names in tech. He was the face of Noble Electronics. One could argue androids are only common as they are today because of his contribution to the field. Some people feel that way, sure. So do you think anyone would want to hurt him because of that? Remind me, which of us is the detective again? You really won't let me pick your brain? You already know the answer. Yes, ads are controversial, androids especially. But we at Noble are aware that our products are sometimes subject of a heated debate, but... No need to quote the handbook at us, miss. Truth be told, I've never really understood the hate. It's not that complicated, is it? How many people have lost a job to an ad at least once in their career? Every last one of them lost their jobs because their bosses, their flesh and blood bosses, fired them. Nah, ads are just a symptom. Scratch that. Ads are a product. Getting mad at them is pointless. And vandalizing them is less than pointless because unlike us, they're all insured. And besides, android production has surged over the last decade to become one of the nation's biggest exports. True, and since we have at least one thing we make in this country. That's right, Noble only outsources the production of a handful of internal components. Every other part of the manufacturing process is proudly done right here at home. I somehow doubt everyone considers the specifics of Noble's supply chain to be a point of national pride. But you don't need a political science degree to see how much the state values Noble's contribution to the national economy. Ooh. Hold on, guys. Give me 1 second. I need to grab my phone charger. My camera's dying. Hold on. Good place for me to just vanish for a second. So, because I use like my phone at work and everything, and then I have to come home and use it, it's not always like charged. So sometimes when I stream, I have to charge it so it doesn't overheat. We have a great time. If my model starts lagging, I'll just become GIF element. It's fine. Never seen GIF element. It's a great time. Let's see. This goes there. Should be good? Yep. Cooperating? Are you boys and Noble all getting along with each other, sharing your toys. Oh, wait, hold on. Because I walked away, it's now mad. There we go. Some of the younger ones are bristling, but I always play well with others, Counselor. And how well do the Megs play with you? They give you full access to building security. I want to say that term I'm the most unfamiliar with. Regulatory term to refer to called mega corporations. Okay. They've given us access, and they say it's full. Some big penumbra system, top of the line coverage, top to bottom of the building. The size of the data stream's torrential. It'll be a while before we can start making sense of it all. A more conspiratorial man might think that was intentional. Darius and Data and Hope were too swamped to find whatever they're trying to hide. Maybe. Wait! They give you full access to the penumbra, but that means every android in the building is feeding you their full spectrum. You know your stuff. The penumbra pulls data from all and any androids connected to a building's net, and that's not much help since there weren't any androids in the penthouse. Right. You know, I'd heard the rumors, never put much stock in them, but it's true. Asher really never owned a single android? Never. Well, I suppose I might do the same if I was a genius who programmed them all. Every time they opened their mouths, it'd just be his own lip service, refracted 1,000 times over, echoing back at him from behind a mask he carved. So that means you'll have to investigate without the penthouse's security cameras. Yeah, but that should be more than enough to wrap up a case like this. In a good way, I mean. We're very much on top of this, ladies. The investigation. I've been checking my phone, but the only thing that the news seems to agree on is that David passed away. Sorry, but if you're asking for details... No. Thank you. Not for not letting them make this into a parade. Yet. We do our best to respect the privacy of anyone involved in an ongoing investigation. He declined to say victim. Detective, Dr. Asher was a close friend of mine for many years. Yeah, he trusted Morgan more than anyone. Can you tell me if he killed him? I don't want to say that if this is gonna go on YouTube. Sorry. It looks like that's the case. I see. Thank you for telling me that. Dr. Ash? Yeah, you're, well, sorry. Another round of guarded words. David was an important man, and it has only been a few hours. Yeah, he just ignores it. He's like, yeah, sure. Well, I'm gonna be saying it a lot. Well, I'm gonna be cutting it off at every single last syllable. Did I read that? Oh, I did read it. But all of this tiptoeing gives me a feeling that whatever happened to David wasn't cut and dry. You're looking a bit haggard. How long have you been here anyway? Since this morning. But civilized folks don't call it morning when the streetlights are still on. Even if he got here around 1 or 2 in the morning, that still means homicide wasn't brought in until hours after Noble had the lay of the land. Sounds like you could use a break. I could use a retirement package. Hey, you're a lawyer, right? According to all my business cards, I think I can sue for elder abuse. Not that kind of lawyer. Sorry. You would lose, though. I already regret asking. Why have they got a homicide detective losing sleep over this anyway. A man is dead, and he wasn't killed by a fire, a vehicle, organized criminals with disinformation, as far as we know. So at the moment, homicide's technically not the worst fit. But we're leading in name only. A high-profile death like this, everyone's got an eye on us. And a hand placed firmly on the back of our neck. Alright, now listen, I don't mind being helpful, but I am trying to be sensitive here. We really do have a lot on our hands at the moment, so I'm going to have to ask you to be discreet and ideally fast. Well, our business is just in the basement, David's basement. But the penthouse is on the top floor of the roof, so the basement would be second to last floor if you want to be technical, detective. The point is, we don't need to go into the kitchen or the parlor. We'll just go straight to his workshop and then head downstairs. The kitchen and the parlor? I understand. But all the same, I'd like to escort you two ladies there myself. Wow, an escort? Like royalty? Isn't he a gentleman? Huh? Yes, he's... Lead the way, detective. Good night, Kishinton. Saying that is okay, but the other one isn't? Okay, thank you for letting me know, sinners. I'm still new to, like, this YouTube thing, so I don't know what's, kosher and what's not kosher, you know? I'm still learning. I only really post, like, D&D shorts talking about, perhaps what we can just call my special interest. So, yeah. We're getting there. We're slowly learning everything. True to his word, London ushered us past the chattering suits and humming drones, through the checkpoints and into the elevator. As it climbed into the sky, we got a good look at the growing throng of people gathered outside, and its shifting makeup. Seems like it's mostly protester now, or worse, Rand loyalists. Idiots, led around by the noise their whole life, following the musk of whatever trend is laid out before them each morning. Today's trial having led them here. For half reasons they couldn't put into words even if their lives depended on it. They're like insects. No! Where's the, There we go. I do need, stuff to send my, my thumbnail maker. So just, if we randomly take screenshots, that's gonna be why. I feel like this will be, like, a fun thing to have up there. I love, yeah, dude, it's so cool, like, seeing the sudden shift and everything. I genuinely love it. And they look like them from up here. They're probably already preparing their spin, their misunderstood genius of Dr. David Asher, a video essay in 5 parts. Why the company insisted on cultivating such a following for him, I've never understood. They could have easily pinned his achievements on someone more marketable. Some random photogenic employee or a fashion model with glasses. David wouldn't have minded. He never wanted the attention, the chaos. Maybe it's as simple as bad luck. He just happened to have the right look for the part. A man buried in his work, with his eyes fixed ahead. 10:32 a.m., July 1st, 2026. Noble Employee Housing Building. Letitia. Penthouse. Is this is what? His laboratory. His shop, he called it. How down to earth. It's messy in here. David was always disorganized. Why a programmer needed to make such a mess just to run tests on computers, I'll never. But sloppy as he could be, he didn't like it when other people saw it. If he was leaving things like this, he must not have entertained any guests down here in some time. Thanks for all your help, Detective London. Don't mention it. What, you want me to step out? We won't take long. Not lacking for boldness, are you? Look, I have to take a phone call. We'll be in and out as soon as possible. Promise. And whatever Dr. Ash wanted to set aside for his foundation, we'll be sure to flag it. Right. At least she's already wearing gloves. I love London. He already knows she's gonna be touching everything. If we find a dead body, you'll be our first call. Morgan, what was that stuff about this foundation? Dr. Ash's charity has always been managed by an outside group. You haven't spent a lot of time around crime scenes, have you? Actually, this is me first. Well, generally speaking, it's not common to retrieve things from the premises while the cops are still searching them. Oh. Oh! Look, if David had something to give me, we can go get it. We just can't make a ton of noise about it. Understand? Of course! Great! After you. Right. Quiet as a church mouse. The phrase quiet as a church mouse, but... Got myself! I'm okay, I'm okay! But now doesn't seem like the time to correct her. Wait. Quiet as a church house. I did catch that, I just... Whoops. Damn, that's a late catch by me, guys. David's shop was a mess, but the mess felt familiar. It was very David. Coming down here, I barely recognized the place. For starters, there's goddamn gym equipment. David hated exercise, always claimed he didn't have the time for it. Even when I got him that treadmill and the subscription for the personal coaching program with the scheduling subroutine, said he couldn't find the time. And then, even when I explained to him that his program accounted for that and adapted to his schedule, he still... Morgan, what's up? Hmm? You're smiling. What's so funny? Nothing, just surprised to see this place renovated. Yeah, he actually had me on mail tag with a couple Yeah, he actually had me on nail tag with a couple contractors a while back. Never thought I'd learned so much about concrete and wiring and marble. Did you know marble needs to be treated or else indoor air will start to corrode it? I didn't know that. Is that true? Wait, is it not? But that guy told me that without an epoxy finish, the entire bar could. Is that the vault over there, then? Oh, yeah, it stands out, I guess. Nervous? What's that? Oh, a little, I guess. But the inhaler helps mostly, so... Aren't you going to open it? Open it? Don't you know the combination? No, I do not know the combination to David's basement vault. Oh! Oh. Oh no. Oh no. How could I have... He didn't tell you to give you a code, or... He gave me the code to get into the building. And the parking garage. But not the code to whatever this is. Okay. You know? There were a lot of scattered papers back in his shop. Could he have left you a note on one of them? Yes, he could have. He would have. In fact, I think he probably did. You just stay right here, Morgan. I'll have this settled in just a sec. Sounds good. Right then. Oh, she knew the code. Sneaky. Never mind. She did not know the code. Well, it's definitely locked. Looks like it's a oh god. Tethys Basics Sturdicure? Sturdicure? Oh god. Sturdicure, anti-hack, anti-digital, high-rated code panel. Nothing basic about it, but at least I can see the passwords limited to 6 characters. Only 1 million possible combinations. I mean, this is a 6-letter word. I mean, so is that. So is Morgan's name. Tethys is an online shopping thing. They have everything. Oh, Noble Stocks fell today, probably because their lead coder is dead. Oh, just got a DM from somebody on Discord. What is it? Oh, they were reacting to some art that I sent them. 420. Huh? Also, yes, profiles change each update. Yeah, I noticed that one. I don't want to do the get lucky thing. Screw that. I mean, there's definitely... No, he definitely left information. I don't know, Morgan's a gambler. Yo, how bad can I fuck this up? I get 1 save file. So you know what, let me just go ahead. Yep, there's that. Chat, how bad can I fuck this up? Because I know Morgan's a gambler. For fun. So I can hit, maybe I'll get lucky. That'll be suspicious though, that I just sent her upstairs. I'm gonna screw that. I don't want to, like, have that open and everything out. And her go, oh. Because that's weird. Would just care? Let's be real. I care. Public perception. Forget it. There's a different terminal over here. HOTA security systems, according to the label, maybe controls the whole room. Damn, it's password protected too, and the code's 64 digits long? What's the point of a camera system that's harder to crack than your literal vault, you egghead? Okay, yeah, a programmer probably would care about his IoT than whatever he can fit in a safety deposit box. I guess the 6-digit vault or nothing. But I'm a lawyer, not a lockpick. And whatever other felonies I get up to in my private time, I've never pulled off a bank heist before. Only tool I've got here is my head. So what do I know? I know whatever David put in his safe, he wanted it kept secure. And I also know that he wanted me to have it. So maybe he thought ahead. He guarded it in such a way that I would be the only one who could get to it. David liked games. He really liked beating me. So if he's left one last puzzle for me, I don't mind going another round. Meyer? Sure. It's a very big painting. And it's, impressionist? No, cubicle. Cubist. Which is still incorrect. Yeah, cubicle. That sounds right. It is not. Whatever style, I do remember that David liked this painting. Okay. If there was a date on it, it could be a 6-digit password, but I don't see one anywhere. Maybe citing your work was considered gauche amongst the cubicle lists. Okay. Let's see. David's wine collection still towering over the room. Don't know why he'd buy so many bottles. He didn't even particularly like the stuff. Maybe just to fill out all these shelves. But not all bottles are untouched. Some of them don't have dust on them at all. There's a mechanism for retrieving bottles off the rack. The latest bottle chosen was a Moducom 81. Could be significant. Except vintages only list the year that they were bottled, not the month or day. It's not enough digits for the code. This must be his spare liquor cabinet. Damn, there's a lot of good stuff in here and a lot of bottom shelf swill. The kind of bargain bin vodka and nose burner whiskey that only an underground programmer would love. Nostalgia sweet like that, overpowering. 1 part per million can cover up even the cheapest aftertaste. Okay. Taking a closer look, this is a pretty serious looking set of resistance training equipment. And these weights, they're all set near to max. If Noble hadn't appointed him a nutritionist along with his stylist, David would have been downright scrawny. There's no way he was putting up these numbers. In which case, the digits on weights could be a clue. But there's too many of them, I can't guess the order. So what the hell, Asher? You just set all these weights to max because it looked more neat? Okay. Anything else? Crack on the floor? The flooring's a new addition. It looks rough like sandpaper, but it's bouncy, rubberized. Feels like something you drag your feet on at the gym or on a factory floor. It's more high performance than high class. Expensive, but not in a way you'd expect for a penthouse. Well, scratch that, it's actually cracked here. Rubber doesn't break, it bends. That's its thing. So someone must have cheaped out during the installation, left a defect in. That or David left the jackhammer on overnight. Alright, must have searched the whole room now. Time to make or break. What? Wait, do I have to type something? I can't check my shit? What? Okay. I can't check my stuff. Where's the go back button? I didn't read everything. I mean. It's still incorrect. I didn't read. Oh no. It's okay. I had a save before this. I'm pretty sure the game wouldn't lock me out. And if it does, it's fine. Aha! Ha 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 ha. Got it. Check evidence? It wasn't letting me. I was trying. There you go. 11:25:58. No dice? Feel like there was at least one hint. 11:25:58. The date the painting was signed. Yeah, it didn't let me. That's so silly. That's my biggest complaint right now, is I couldn't check. I wanted to get all the evidence and look at it. No, I wanted to do the Danganronpa thing where I could, like, pause and then check all of my bullet data. Well. 11:25:58. The date the painting was signed. A password that is and isn't left in plain sight. Nice one. Hey, Markanite. What? How'd you get it to open that? What is that? I turned back around just in time to see a door finish swinging open with a mechanical grace revealing a girl with a barcode emblazoned across her temple. Required by law to be plainly visible. It's an android, rarely marked as such. And yet, even standing this close, I could swear it's snoring. I stepped forward and placed the back of my wrist on the android's brow. Warm. It must be a prototype for the Animate 16. Maybe a prototype for the 17 or 18. A biomechanical android with real human flesh. Sorry, biomechanical, yes, but it's organic flesh, not human. They're grown from lax Gemini cultures, but Sorry, I misspoke. Right, understandable since... What's the cyberpunks and their goals in boxes? I don't know. You seem surprised, Jess. Hasn't Noble been working on worm androids like this one for years now? Worm androids like this one? I mean, yes, we have... Sorry, it's just that this particular model is very, it's very cutting edge. Bleeding edge, judging by the flush in those cheeks. I think it's safe to say that we found what we're looking for. I think so, too. That presents a problem, then. Oh, you don't, approve? I've got nothing against androids. My concern is a bit more immediate and, well, practical. Practical? I don't know how to turn it on. Do you see a switch or something? Do you? Can we, turn it around, or... I poked the android's ribs. A little less give than I expected given its frame, but the rigidity is remarkably lifelike. I place my hand on the shoulder and give it a shake. But it doesn't budge. This thing has to weigh more than... Right, androids mostly transport themselves, so people are always surprised to find out they're a bit heavier than they look. A bit? I'm surprised the whole room isn't slanted. There's no way in hell we're moving this thing without waking it up. Crap. First of all, now this... I was able to guess the combination just by poking around. Compared to that, finding this hunk of junk's power switch should be child's play. And I think I know where to start. Jess, I'm gonna step back into the lab for a moment, alright? Huh? Oh, sure, there's got to be a manual around here. Good idea. Might be some kind of prototype, but it's still got a barcode. Maybe you can scan its GIN number and find something in the company files? Yeah, of course. All generic ID numbers should be paired with industry standard files on maintenance, tracking, power requirements. I somehow doubt the enigmatic android taking a Catnap? Catnap in a sarcophagus in David Asher's basement will have a user manual. But it can't hurt for her to try and... I'm okay. Broke a heel, but I'm okay. I carry glue. And I'd rather search the lab by myself. Gin, like the drink? Oh. Okay, just like an ID number. And that's the thing on warm androids again. Okay. You know, I'm kind of afraid of like 3-letter words that start with G because the whole GIF and GIF like situation. I personally say GIF, so I wanted to just assume it was GIN. I didn't want to sound like an idiot, and I ended up sounding like an idiot. Now then, if I were David, I wanted to make sure that the only one person would be able to walk out of here with that android. How would I set that up? Well, take a look around. Inspect. These appear to be holding tanks for something. How should I know? No labels on anything, typical for a genius. But a nightmare for anyone trying to pick up after him. It's a lot more hard science than I expected in here. Centrifuges and glass and microscopes. Don't programmers do all their work with a keyboard? So he was more than a programmer, that's for sure. Okay, we're just gonna go left to right then. I'll, like, check the walls and... Looks like a fairly normal computer. If I'm lucky, the security will be fairly normal as well. Boot up complete. Username? Vocal commands? David Asher? Morgan? Guest? Thank you for logging in as a guest. I didn't recognize my voice. So I can probably rule out vocal command being the key to waking the android. Do you have a question? More than one. For now though, what should I search for on his computer? Morgan. Search files for Morgan. 23 results on local drive. I can work with that. Mostly phone book and social data, but I don't recognize his file type. Some sort of personnel format? Date of birth, education, occupation, blood type, height and weight. Alright buddy, a little invasive, don't you think? DNA and fingerprints. Now, why do you have that, David? My DNA isn't in any database. I've made sure of that. So he couldn't have bought this anywhere. He must have collected it himself from a wine glass or the like. It would have been easy to do. But why do it? Interesting. Diagrams of human anatomy. The hands are highlighted. The most developed part of the human body, good for making stone axes and sending emails. Robots and frames can do fine with claws or 3-digit limitations, but androids are expected to look like people and move like them too. Getting the hands right must have been a big priority at Noble. That tree-like shape on the right is a neuron. Those branches receive input from varying weight, and then, if the sum is greater than a certain threshold, the neuron fires, a 0 becomes a 1, and all the other zeros around it take that into consideration. Repeat that a couple billion times a second, and you've got the human brain, a computer powerful enough to simulate all of reality. That's the analogy I read in a magazine, anyway. I haven't seen one since college, but this must be a 3D printer. Of some sort. Feels expensive enough to make other printers look like soda fountains by comparison. Better not mess with any of the settings. Alright, I'm starting to get a pretty clear picture of what it'll take to turn on this android. I've got the what for the where and how. I'll just have to manage. Oh, it's her DNA. It's still just a piece of machinery. If it really won't turn on, I can always start hitting it. Excuse me. Markin, there you are. I've looked in every registry and I could find in every database I could get into, but I don't think the android is in the system. It was a long shot. Don't beat yourself up over it. Yes, but an android without the proper identification is... It's only buying or selling an android without proper identification that's illegal. And it doesn't seem like he ordered this online. I guess you're right, huh? We'll have it registered soon enough. Anyway, I think I figured out what we need to do here. Oh. If David really wanted me to have this, he would have left some way for me to turn it on. What are you thinking? David had my fingerprints and my DNA on file. By requiring both, he could be reasonably sure that no one was powering up this android without my approval. You've done a swap before, haven't you? In a month for the company. Apparently, they're building a database on employee epigenetics cross-referenced with. Oh, so if you're gonna... My DNA and fingerprints make the key. Now, where to find the lock? Hands? There was that diagram back in his shop. Was it meant to be a literal handshake verification? Oh, I thought that would work. Me too. Fuck it! Snow White. The lips are one of the most sensitive parts of the body. Not the worst place to make a scan, even if it's gross placing my finger in there. Oh, that's still not doing it, huh? Come on, do I really need to push my finger deeper, jiggle the key? Oh man, you went right in there. How are you touching the tongue? It's blinking at me. Eyes. Sarah. Go, Butler. Good morning to you too. Cute. Hello. I've never seen you two before. I guess we should introduce ourselves then. Hi. This is Jessica Starling. She works for Dr. Asher. I'm Morgan, a friend of his. Got all that. I understand. She is Jessica Starling and you are Morgan. Last name unknown? No, Morgan is my last... Father told me about you. Oh, he did. Wait, Father? David. You had it call you daddy? No, this is not stick your finger in her mouth Sunday. No. I am referring to Dr. David Asher. Are you confused? That's not the word I'd use. I'd throw a bone beyond the grave for the good doctor and just move this along. Did David say he was giving you to me, transferring ownership? Ownership? That is correct. And what else did... Mostly correct. Right, and what else did he tell you? Many things. Can you specify? I thought conversation was the first thing David figured out how to program. Did Dr. Asher tell you anything he wanted you to convey to Morgan? A message you were supposed to pass on? Yes. Jess, I think it's trying to Oh, okay, sure. I'll give you two. Or well, I'll give you some privacy, Morgan. I've actually got about 13 messages in the last 2 minutes, so I'll just head back up to the lab, take some calls, okay? Thanks, Jess. Yes. Thank you, Jess. You're welcome. Just the two of us now. So what do I call you? My name is Sarah. It's nice to meet you, Morgan. Trust me, the pleasure's all mine. So what's the message? Father told me that I'd be living with you from now on. And he told me that you would look after me. Shouldn't it be the other way around? Should it? A model this life like, with warmth and breath and something close to blood in its veins. Just what are you, anyway? You forgot my name already? It's Sarah. What were you built for? You're warm, obviously. You're not one of those physical therapy models, are you? That would be highly illegal. I haven't completed 500 hours of study at a state-approved massage therapy school. I haven't even completed 1 hour. What purpose did Dr. Asher design for you? I don't know the answer to that question. You don't know why he built you? No. Should I? How can you not? Do you? Would I be asking you if I did? I mean, do you know why you were created? Why you were born? I've gotten more and more British with this one. This might just be it. She might just end up being the British one here. That's what's gonna happen. Why? Why me? Why would you... Why are you doing this? You're a freak! A monster! What the hell's wrong with you? Please don't kill me. Please. Why? Why? Why was a monster like you even born? Guess I walked into that one. I was starting to wonder if you even had the Turing solution. Let's look at that. Graduate thesis on intelligent programming. To determine if given answer had come from a human or machine applied to it with success rate. A number of think tanks, charities, and corporations hold bounties for designs. The answer to... Okay. Well. Father's fame work for programming linguistics and artificial systems. All I'll say is less robotics and dads are very advanced. Yeah. We're just gonna make her British, it's fine. And the body of work for which he gained international recognition, because I can definitely read. Yeah, international gel. Do you have the answer to my question? An answer to why you were created, why you exist. Occam's razor. I'm here because my parents wanted me. I see. And I will... Not Siri. And then I will give a similar answer. I was created because father wanted to make me. Can't argue with that logic, can I? Can't argue with that logic. But I did say you're a lawyer. Yeah, that's me. You're a lawyer and I defeated you with logic. I love her. She's great. World-class, high-power attorney, the best defense money can buy. So, do you catch criminals? That's what cops do. Do you litigate criminals? That's what prosecutors do. Then do you fight for the underrepresented? Expose injustice, sue corrupt corporations and officials. I don't think anyone does that anymore. Then what do you do? I'm a criminal defense attorney. A defender of the innocent and the powerless. Uh-huh. Do you also Now that you know all about me, what can you tell me about yourself? I've never had to do that before. First time for everything? How old are you? I'm not sure I can give a satisfactory answer. 0 for 2 on answering simple questions. What's the date on your earliest memory? 2 years ago. And where were you constructed or assembled or whatever? What facility? I was not constructed at any facility. Father created me here. By himself. You're saying if I took you apart, I wouldn't be able to find any markers from any manufacturers, any IDs of any designer? Sarah's great. You want to take me apart? David was a programmer, not an engineer. How could he build a custom android from scratch in the comfort of his own home? He couldn't have. He must have had help. Probably a whole department's worth. If I ask around, there's gotta be someone in the company who could ID this thing. And help me figure out what's so important about it. You don't look like any android I've ever seen. What are you made of? This body is comprised of organic tissues integrated directly into cybernetic systems. They require organic nourishment, including water, carbohydrates, and salt. Wait, warm androids have to eat and drink? They cannot be worth that much trouble. My cybernetic system operate largely as analogs to their equivalent in the human body. I have a respiratory system for oxygen exchange and centrally located pump that circulates oxygen. You mean you've got a heart? How quaint. But where does all the extra weight come from? Pardon? I tried moving you earlier and it was like I was pulling against a truck. My skeleton is a combination of medical-grade plastics and military-grade titanium carbide alloy. That sure took the wind out of her sails. My muscles are made of adaptive rare earth alloy nanoweave fiber with shock absorption and kinetic chain potential rated past. Wait, you just say military grade? I have a grip strength of 100,000 kilograms. I can run at sustained speeds over 60 kilometers per hour. I can jump 6 meters vertically. I can lift approximately... I'm not sure what kind of grip strength most androids are walking around with, but I've never seen any of them move the way it's talking about. Even just standing here, it seems to be so poised. Controlled, spring-tight, strength and flexibility, like a ballerina or a gymnast. Strong enough to flip over a tank, lifelike enough to avoid detection. As long as it never stepped on a scale, it'd make for a perfect infiltration unit. The perfect weapon if you could keep its development a secret. If David really put something that heavy on my plate, dismantling a military prototype in secret? Are you deep in thoughts? But a military infiltration android would look more crew-cut and forgettable. And would David really devote personal time and effort just to make another weapon for the military? I have other features I can tell you about if you'd like. If I shot you, would you die? It would be very painful. There'd be a discharge of fluid, but conventional weapons would not prove particularly effective. That settles it. This thing's a weapon. Sure as I... Would you like to know about my hair? Your hair? I'm impressed you noticed. Each fiber contains miniaturized solar cell lattice technology, allowing me to remain charged throughout the daytime. That must come in handy. I haven't actually had the chance to use it yet. This room has ambient wireless charging functionality, but I haven't gone outside much. Okay, maybe it's not a weapon after all. You're just a pincushion, aren't you? I am not familiar with the term. Searching. Pincushion, jargon, design, refers to prototypes filled with experimental technologies to check for compatibility issues. You got an idea and not sure what to do with it, stick it in the pincushion. It's as good as an explanation as any for what I'm staring at. A mismatch of state-of-the-art military features spliced with old, new technologies and seemingly pointless additions. The end result being a singular, unsellable android that wasn't particularly good at anything and would break down after only a few years. Pincushions are small but valid parts of the field of android manufacturing. They are valuable to collectors who see them as time capsules filled with their designers' most outlandish ideas and least reproducible results. But even the most nonsensical pincushions are built via committee over years with numerous engineers and programmers adding in their pet functions. The android before me claims to have been built by one man. A man who's now... Seems you got off track here, Sarah. Was there anything else David told you to relay to me? Besides that you would look after me, he also told me that you were reliable and that I should trust you. He said that I was to listen to you and obey your instructions. Finally, some good news. As you say, Adonai? Did I say that right? Hold on, we're gonna go to Google again. How do we? God, Word Master Owner? Okay, that's a new phrase. Okay, we're learning words here. What's that? The word you just called me. What was that? See, she's also confused. Adonai, from Classical Hebrew. Ah, I googled first. Translated literally means, my lord. Do you prefer that I call you master? No! Very good, Adonai. Why'd David use Hebrew, though? Abrahamic myth tells of servants constructed out of earth and clay, designated, designed to resemble and obey their masters, golems. Father must have found the comparison appropriate. I'm using more likely it's just a joke. Father would not make light of such a thing. Sure he would! Perhaps we should ask him to clarify his reasoning for himself. Where's Father, by the way? Is he upstairs? When was the last time you were active? 38 hours ago. Thursday night, then. Correct. Right. David Asher is dead. He died last night. Understand? How? May I see him? See him? No, I won't be able to see him. Funeral's probably not for a few days. Father was not... He was not sick. I don't feel like doing this whole song and dance with 2 robots in one day. That's very charming, but let's go commands only. What? What happened? Did he have an accident? Why is it still doing the theatrics? Does it not recognize my authority yet? The police have determined that he committed... blank. For YouTube purposes. For the time being, we ought to focus on getting you properly registered. Maybe then you'll take commands the first time I say them and not... The police are wrong. Excuse me? They are wrong. Father did not commit. He would never do such a thing. Father had... He told me. Look, Sarah. I'm sorry? You're sorry? Father said you were his friend. How are you so calm? I've been around death a lot. So don't try to lecture me about grief, Spearmint. My name is Sarah, and you will use it because my father, Dr. David Asher, the greatest programmer in the world, gave it to me. And he did not off himself. Let's say you're right. David didn't. If that's the case, the police will realize that soon enough. The police have already made their determination. That's what you just said. Father said you were a lawyer, that you were capable and reliable, and a friend. You should be looking into his death. That's... Is that an order? Of course not. It's a request, Adonai. A request that I'll have to refuse. The police have their job and I have mine. If I stick my nose into their investigation any further, they'll come down on me hard. Cops don't like lawyers on principle, but what they really hate are people who tell them how to do their job. Let's go. We need to... Father asked you to look after me. Yeah, he did. He also said that you should obey me, and you don't seem quite as fixated on that part. And he said something else. He said that you owed him a favor. Oh! She does not like that one. She doesn't like that at all. One favor. The thin ice starts here, Spearmint. That was between him and me. Father is gone now. It is between you and I. And I am calling in the favor now. What? You don't have to take care of me anymore. Consider that request null and void. You can sell me to some collector, or you can donate me to a university. It doesn't matter. In exchange, you will prove Father didn't commit. And you will make sure that whoever hurt him is held accountable. Why are you laughing? It's you and me, not you and I. You and me. David would roll over in his grave if he knew you'd gotten that wrong. It was not my intention to amuse or rotate. No, that's for damn sure. Fine, I'll take that deal, Sarah. You mean you'll prove Father did not... I mean, I'll look into it. I'm a lawyer, I don't prove anything. I just disprove what I can. Then where do we start? We? I didn't realize you had a law degree. I do not have a law degree, but I am a fascinator. This isn't a job interview. And I'm far from useless. I can... The ad did raise at least one good question. Where do I start? I'm a defense attorney, not a police detective, and David was my friend, not my client. I won't be able to poke around at all unless... And I'm also capable of... Can you tell a lie? I'm capable of making statements that are false. Yes, that'll have to do. Are you going to ask me to lie? Yes. To the police, in fact. Lying to the police is a felony. Androids don't commit felonies. They make errors. I see. What kind of error did you have in mind, Adonai? 11/14, July 1st, 2086. Okay. Let me go ahead and save here. Okay, guys. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up here, and then I will continue this next week. I'm still recovering from having strep throat, so it's probably why I'm stumbling over words, because sometimes it still hurts a little bit to talk, but I'm sure it'll be fine by next week, and I'm very excited to continue this. With that being said, let me go ahead and wrap up the recording, and I will find somebody else to raid out to. So thank you everyone for stopping by the... Actually, no, this is just part 1. I don't need to do that. Where's the stop recording button? Hold on. Does that work? Wait, no, we're too far away. That's not like what I usually do. Bad influence. Speedrun any %. What do you mean? Alright. Who wants to, Is there anybody else streaming this game, guys? We can go over there. Let's see. Or is it just me? It might just be me. Is it always just me? No. We are gonna go over to somebody, known as this. We're gonna go to their stream. Oh, looks like Sinner's Gate's already over there. That's great. So, we're gonna raid into somebody else who's also playing this game. Here we go. Everyone over there. Everyone interested in me. Over there, to this person. I don't know where they are. Go on. Where's the raid now button? Hold on. All right, let's go there. Thank you everyone for stopping by. Let's go have fun in there, chat. Bye.